welcome back to another episode of Disillusioned Plays Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time we left off, we had Sister Bikini on the stand, and the newly appointed defense attorney, Miles Edgeworth, goes up against his old rival. Well, ally, in this case.
His old rival. Wouldn't that be like Winston Payne or something? I suppose it wouldn't be, would it?
It's kind of, she is a rival, but also ally because he was a prosecutor, so what the hell is she at this point?
Actually, I suppose if it was Edgeworth's rival, wouldn't that be Old Bag?
Oh, God.
You know, because, as you say, like, Miss Von Karma is not exactly his rival.
But she is
the daughter
currently.
or granddaughter of his mentor.
Yes. Yes. So, yes, as noted by Pete, Franziska Von Karma is back as the prosecution for this case. And we got a little stumped at the end of the last episode, but we totally have figured it out now by ourselves.
Yep, we have not looked up
walkthrough.
anything. We've not looked up sort of anything at all. We did indeed stumble about for ages trying to find the right answer.
Yep, totally.
Yep.
We racked our brains.
No, you
for
can't
ages.
present the banana peel. You have to present the picture of the banana peel.
Penalty.
Anyway, so we do you think
Yes.
we should perhaps introduce ourselves and jump in?
Yes, I suppose we should. So on that note, I'm Sarah.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Taylor.
Nice. Let's get stuck in. Go get him, go!
It's bikini.
So, what did we? What was the resolution, my friends?
So I believe it was the fifth statement, and we present the autopsy report. I believe.
What, this
Unless
one?
Hang on, what's the next one?
She
It
no,
might have
after
been that one.
She'd been pushed
Might have
out the
been
window.
that one,
That was it.
actually.
She'd been pushed out the
She
window.
was stabbed before she got.
Yeah. She fell after her death.
yeah.
That was the answer. Yeah.
There we go.
Objection.
Finally.
That's the noise Sarah wants to hear.
It is.
It's Edgy's voice.
Oh yeah, baby. That sexy, sexy voice.
Objection.
Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway.
Please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter.
Oh, God.
How many times has she said that now?
I don't know. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
This
I've
one that I
updated it.
have presented right now.
The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
No, see, I have to say, Sarah, it doesn't sound smug enough. Like, this fall was after she was killed.
Actually, you absolute failure. I think I would like you to peruse this updated autopsy report.
Bang!
That's right. It says after this right here. I'd completely forgot the awful voice I conjured for him, and I'm like, oh no, what is it again?
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory.
Dun dun dun.
If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Oh, that's it. She's got the jury rabbling. Nope. Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree?
That
We're
is
not
a
going to have to
logical-
prove Pearl innocent of murder, are we?
Oh, I hope not.
Don't say that.
That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Deauxnim's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree?
Well, I mean, if it's a little sword, maybe not. Well, Miss Von Karma, Was there any blood? Ah!
No traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard.
Oh, God.
Because, if you did not know, I am Canadian. However, if there was no blood in the... Ah!
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood.
Oh, when it produces the most blood?
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion.
Oh, is she gonna get onto like the dynamics of like, yeah, that's why you've got like the groove in the blade so the blood can run out and it releases the pressure so that it actually kills people and blah, 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 blah.
If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Oh, thank goodness you were there to teach us that.
Indeed. With the weapon still in place.
I was half expecting her to then go like, yes, have you ever blown up a balloon with and put, with water and then you stab pencils into the balloon and you realize that the water does not come out of the balloon until you pull the pencils out.
Here's the problem with that little position, though. It's one thing if it's just a normal sword or blade, not when it's a sword that has little prongs sticking off of
Yeah.
it. Surely pushing that through somebody's stomach would rupture something at the end of it.
When it's like
You'd think so.
the devil's fork. It's
Yeah.
like...
It acts like a lid on the wound.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that is true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. Because I have never seen a sword in my entire life. Looking at this, I would not say that this could do any kind of serious damage to anything other than, like, just the tip, right? You just put the tip in and... Well, that could be it, guys. If just the tip of the sword went in, just the tip, then, this would ring true. Ah, nuts! There's blood up to the second prong.
Yeah.
A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. You bloody moron.
We have come to a conclusion, then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
Except, now hold on. If she was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place, it surely should have, popped out when she landed on the ground.
Yeah, you would think so. Or, might have, she probably cut her in half in the process or something.
Yeah, it would be pretty.
Increasingly gruesome.
They couldn't show that in Phoenix, right?
No.
No.
It'd be like Darth Maul.
Oh, God.
Order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma.
That she would beguile the court with her whimsy and good looks.
She locates and takes control of every vital point.
She's like the perfect cod player. Perfect King of the Hill match winner. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate. I cannot see you down there. Don't go selling me short now! The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, not to mention my aching back. Especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
Whoa.
Whoa now.
With the whip.
Whoa now!
Oh boy. All right. All right.
Now we're talking.
Okay. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I just really wanted to pin the blame on her. Oh, sorry. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Amy was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
Wait, Mystic Amy?
The statue's Mystic Amy, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They've obviously put the sword back into her hand, but obviously Elise was on the bottom of it.
And this all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection.
That's right!
That's my girl! Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that.
That bloody face. I can't, like...
I know, it's awful,
Oh my word.
Shinderu.
It's just like, gosh. The sword was already...
I think we have to press on the last statement, because she needs to emphasize the whole Mystic Amy
Yeah.
was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
She needs to elaborate.
By Mystic Amy, you are referring to the golden statue, correct?
Just stabbing someone with the shishito, a sacred treasure, is terrible enough. But to then make Mystic Amy hold the blade...
Surely a heinous, despicable crime. It is easy to despise something. Anyone can do it. However, there is something that that cannot be done so easily. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly, sorry. I could not speak.
It's okay.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that?
No, I don't think I can.
There isn't always a logical reason behind why someone acts.
Like, that's a really, really, like, just rubbish response.
Yeah.
Like, my God. Oh, that's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself...
There isn't always? That phrase might come in handy someday. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why was it necessary to use the shishito from the Amy statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue? If I can expose the flaws in his testimony, perhaps then I will be able to find the truth.
I didn't see her stab Miss Elise. I've never seen so much blood. It's when I fainted, and when I awoke, she was stabbing her in the back. I guess let's start from the beginning,
Press,
and
yeah.
let's do the old press-a-rooney.
At that time, was the victim bleeding?
Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course. So, I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then.
I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound.
Oh, for goodness sake.
In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instance in which the victim was stabbed?
I was, you know what it said, like, let's be clear on one point. Did you actually see the point? I think Miss Elise got the point.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry.
Oh dear, that's terrible.
Ah, dear me.
Think carefully. This is very important.
It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. Oh my word. No. When I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body.
Might not be conclusive, but its testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth.
Now here's the thing, though, and this may be completely...
Yeah,
That's
go on.
okay, go on.
Go on, Taylor.
So, the whole point is that the blade was acting as a plug and that's why they didn't find any blood at the time, right? But surely to put the blade back in Mystic Amy's hand would have probably involved removing it at some point.
Yeah.
You would think.
Well,
but
there's
isn't the
quite
point?
a bit of blood, isn't
Yeah,
there?
but the thing is though, that's not the dispute, is it? The dispute is that there's no blood in the room,
Right.
in her room, not outside. Yeah, there was loads of blood outside.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood?
That's right. Some of it had spattered onto Iris too.
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. But what? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well?
Huh? That seems quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press this point further?
I think that. Why does he even ask this? Like, yes.
Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding?
I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Well, maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day.
Pulling the sword out?
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out. A witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, no, was that important?
More important than you can imagine.
More important than you can possibly imagine.
I saw the
I
instant.
saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt.
Oh,
What?
God.
Oh no, we
Oh.
can present it now because it doesn't have blood up to the hilt, does it?
Yep. I am
Yeah.
gonna safety
I was gonna say, unless that's stabbed into the ground as well.
It's like-
but yeah.
Huh? We got it.
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen.
The scene. The scene that was seen by
The weapon.
The scene that was seen.
The weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body.
Ugh.
Which both would be impossible.
I can say
because-
if they did, then Miss Elise was screwed.
Yeah. However, both of these are complete impossibilities.
What do you mean? Please explain.
Explain yourself! To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because we've been saying this.
Yeah. No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Yes, that's the issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Not that stabbing it up to the hilt would have bisected her and like left an
Yeah.
enormous gaping wound in her stomach.
Ugh. Yep. Doesn't appear. What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail,
and then she trails off and doesn't say anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose.
is that not like partially?
What you do in your personal time is none of my concern,
That sounds-
Francis.
yeah, and
Sounds
like,
very dominatrix-like.
and is that not due in part to the high-heeled shoes?
Yes.
No, the objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. I wept a little
That
there.
isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It
All the
certainly
branches.
wouldn't have come out smoothly.
Also, Edgeworth, if it was
That's-
stabbed into the hilt, surely the entire sword would have blood on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
I feel like they're not mentioning that bit, and it's bothering me.
I mean, he's getting to it in his own sweet mystical time,
He
Taylor.
is, yeah.
But it might also be that some of it was washed off in the snow or something
Yeah.
stupid like that.
That's... We
Yeah,
also
oh.
have the problem of the amount of
He
bleeding.
might be getting to it.
It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts.
But have you seen the shape of this blade, you moron?
However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story.
There we go. He's finally saying
Yeah.
what the players have been thinking this whole time.
The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture.
Oh, shut up.
In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
No. In what
Really?
world?
Really? Really? Really?
Like, here, I will demonstrate it for you. Come here, Dick Gumshoe. Why me?
I'm okay, pal.
Oh, that's my stomach. Oh,
Well, I mean,
oh, my
we
blood.
can't kill it, and we can only sacrifice worthless trash in here, and you are the only one who meets the bill. Fits the bill.
Unfortunately, Mr. Phoenix Wright is still in the hospital where I would demonstrate on him.
The judge is like, what is going on? I cannot believe what I am seeing.
Oh, hitting!
But it is quite impressive. Oh, so yeah, you're right. It does plug the wound. How surprising! I am genuinely shocked.
God.
Gumshoe's just dead.
Like, pal.
Anyway,
I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
this might be the blood, Taylor. You've still got more?
Oh, yes. This one is simple.
This one is simple.
If the sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt,
You can't see his Tim Curry face that he's pulling. There we go.
why is
I
it?
feel like edgy boy, edgy poo could kind of led with that. Could have led with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see,
yeah.
then what would he bring up like the tail end of it with? You know,
Yeah,
he
that's
He
true.
would, because this is the thing. This is the icing on the cake now.
Or
Taylor.
the sword end of it with.
No. Why is there only blood on the tip of it?
Nope.
If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! 9! 9!
Order! Ah!
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth.
She recovered from that like squeal very quickly.
Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence.
Yes, it's almost like I'm an incredible prosecutor or something.
I mean, defense.
Well, you know what I mean.
All the other attorneys I know could have maybe managed one, if that.
Yeah, but
Hey,
Beto-
that's not true.
but what does this all mean? Like she can't even remember Phoenix, right?
Nah.
You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but
Having come this far, there can only be one answer.
oh, what is the answer?
And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the shishishito.
Dun dun dun! What?
A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool.
No, well done, Sarah. I didn't fluster at all.
No. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mystic Amy was holding it. Are you for real? Are you honestly for real? You thought it was a murder weapon because a statue was holding it? Really?
So
Really?
so not that I think this will be relevant, but look at the scene for a second, right? Now, if you're trying to force that sword underneath the statue's hand, obviously the statue cannot open its fingers,
No.
so you have to slide it in from underneath.
Wait,
So
wait.
then how do you do that? You have to
Wait.
slide it in at an angle?
Wait,
Oh.
Taylor, I think we've solved the mystery. Mystic Amy isn't dead.
Oh, for God's sake.
Mystic Amy is, you know,
Or somebody
like,
possessed the statue.
No.
Well,
listen,
also,
listen.
here's the-
Wait. So, have you guys done that thing where you go to town and there's a guy who's a statue, and then all of a sudden he'll like start doing a dance,
Oh, for
or he'll
goodness
move,
sake.
or take a picture, or something like that? Mystic Amy
Also worth
is
noting,
one of them.
but
Oh, for goodness
A
sake.
statue person.
Statue person.
also worth noting, and my memory could be bad on this, but previously,
Taylor just
Mystic
won't
Amy was
acknowledge it.
holding
It's just
the sword right side up.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So it might not even actually be sitting correctly like that. Like the corner of the statue might be like angled upwards because it can't even stay that.
Also,
yeah.
if she was one of those robot people, she'd have to have like the little kazoo in her mouth, so she could go like. Vroom.
No, they're not always robots. I mean, they do it like with statues as well. They pretend to be statues. I just like that you just refuse to acknowledge it.
I was trying
no.
to get my point out before I forgot it.
It's like, nope, I refuse to acknowledge this complete lunacy.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us.
Like, she's just sitting there. She's not got a care in the world. I also just want to point out that she's holding a ball.
Yeah?
What do we think the ball is? The orb. It couldn't possibly be.
What, the thing in Elise's staff?
But she has the ball all along, doesn't she?
I don't know. Just an interesting. I don't know. Just was like I'd not noticed the ball in her hand before. And you know how we were talking sort of about the idea of Elise's potential true identity. Elise
True.
has a ball. I mean, I'm not saying they're the same person. I wouldn't be saying that. But
No, well, Misty Faye
Excuse
is
me.
Maya's mom. Amy Faye is her grandmother.
oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right. I'm an idiot.
It influenced us to believe that the Shishishito was the murder weapon.
Oh, there we go. They got the gallery going again. Order.
So maybe the Shishishito was not the murder weapon.
Stop whipping me!
Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with the sword-like object.
No, she didn't. She saw her pull it out.
That is true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
The obvious question?
Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to?
Well, they're on a big cliff. You could probably just chuck. Well, although I suppose the distance. It takes 20 minutes to get to the bridge, doesn't it? Yeah. Nope. Throws that out the window.
Not if you threw it really, really hard.
They're actually the murderer is a hammer thrower
Oh, jeez.
or
It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found?
I am now thinking of the staff, though.
Yeah.
Answered the question, Miss Von Karmer.
No evidence of that kind was found.
Although I suppose the staff wasn't found covered in blood, though, was it?
No.
Oops.
It's just it just had her fingerprints on it.
I mean, but it is quite sword-like. It has to be said. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me? Could I say something?
No.
I just remembered something, actually.
Of course you have. What is it, sister?
I was going to have beef for lunch. I was just thinking it's possible that just maybe what happened was that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What are you going on about here? I'm not gonna acknowledge it. The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what?
Whip, whip, whip.
Oh.
Oh, don't do
How
that to
then?
me.
I think we need to hear a testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible! What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated that the snowmobile had been used.
And you only just thought to mention this.
It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge. Was it not 20? But less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw. You know what? I was going to suggest. Yeah, I did. In fact, I did suggest it, but then
the map! Doesn't it say? I think we have some piece of evidence that says.
But
not that matters, but.
Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. The map, Taylor. What about the map?
Nah, never mind.
Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all.
Gee, it sure does look like Sister Bikini's really trying hard to frame Iris.
Yep.
Witness, please. Tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape, but with my back. My back. And my age, you know. I'm so old and weary.
With an aching back.
Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate.
Oh, yes. Oh, here we go.
Photograph.
Here we go. Oh, yes. Here is a convenient photograph that I've been withholding until now for no particular reason. Oh, yeah. That looks like a track of some sort. Oh, a snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
As the tracks began in the front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. As that solves your pesky little problem, yeah? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter. Making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did you really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
I mean, wasn't Phoenix there making the phone call? Wouldn't he have seen her if she was driving the snowmobile?
You'd think so. Or at least have heard
Well, you can see the footprints right there. Right? So, like, those are the footprints. Are those not from when Phoenix was running to the phone?
You'd think so. Yeah, Nick's got to have seen her, sure, or heard something.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just think it's the problem is that like he's not here to be like, no, that's not what I saw. Like, you know what I mean. To be like, I saw, I didn't see that or whatever. I saw the murder. Well, hang on. Let's just clarify. She's not messed the time up. Just got to get that out of the way. Yep. Okay. And after asking it to be reported, I went.
Press on that, because that may get us what we need.
Okay.
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Ah, yeah. Right. The one who trampled me.
Seems she is the type to hold a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge.
Phoenix Wright? He didn't even have his cell phone on him? He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too.
So, what? Why is this
Even
relevant?
when you sleep?
Why is this relevant,
Under a pillow.
Franziska? Jeez.
No, the whip has its own pillow, Sarah.
Oh, of course, yes.
Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go. Out by the main gate for a spell. And there I saw.
That's gotta be it, right? Because if Phoenix was running, if Iris had driven the snowmobile to get rid of the murder weapon, he would have seen her.
Mm.
Right. So let's.
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for?
Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes.
It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
Yes.
While it would have been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here.
Oh? And what would this mystery element be?
The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods?
Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Turning to me for help is over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself for once in a while, Your Honor?
No, because I completely lack any kind of brain. What?
She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reasons, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
Oh, that's it! That's the only one we have! It'll run no matter how much snow falls.
Now you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Oh yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate.
So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. Not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do?
I mean...
I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh?
What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used.
Oh, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too.
Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness.
I don't often get to go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it... There wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile... only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
Wasn't any snow on it? Curses!
Oh, it seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, huh?
How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile?
So, did we haven't pressed this one, have we?
No, we haven't.
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
Yes, perhaps spared your aching back. there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think
My legs can't reach the pedals.
that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to ride anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. What are you snickering at, Edgeworth?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Anyway, the killer must have used it. Oh, I've done this
we
one,
did
haven't I?
press that
Yep,
one.
it's alright. So, are we missing something stupid here?
Would Larry have seen her?
I don't know.
Because he'd have been waiting for you. I don't know. Are you are sure about the time?
Yes, I was worried about it after all. Oh, why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So...
Wait, who was dousing her?
Don't know.
That is the question. So, at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple.
Her estimation of the time seems reliable at least. Please continue, sister.
Okay. There I saw tracks. It had been used. Takes 15 minutes to walk. Maybe they threw the weapon into the eagle and came back while I was knocked out. So, maybe... Yeah, okay. So maybe we start presenting... Because, I mean, I think we've pretty much covered everything, right? So why don't we say... No, you know, because Phoenix was there. But... Nope. So maybe the second statement... Was it there I saw tracks. I went out... After asking that it be reported... Nope.
Wait.
Oh,
Look at the picture.
which...
Yeah, I was gonna say there are footprints in there as well, so maybe we can show the picture in response to the tracks and say, well, there's also footprints too.
Because...
What?
No, it probably doesn't matter. It was just the fact that there's footprints and then the snowmobile covers the footprints. So that snowmobile's gone
Wait.
over after someone's been out.
Or... Yeah, or...
That's been moved after it's...
Wait, no. Does it, or are the footprints on top of it?
But looking at the space between them, there'd be some in the middle of those tracks, which are covered, I would have thought. I'm probably clutching at straws,
No, you might
though.
be right. Hang on. I saw tracks. Tracks indicate this. Yeah, it's not that one. That's annoying. Damn it, game! Stop it! It takes 15 minutes to walk there. I saw tracks that indicated after asking that we reported, I went out the main gate.
I mean, maybe try the tracks photo on that statement.
What? Yeah, that'd be a negative.
No.
Darn it.
Surely there'd be some track on the crime scene photo as well if they took it straight away after she'd been. But I don't know.
Well, there are some tracks on the crime scene.
Yeah, but
man.
not. I thought snowmobile tracks.
No, because the snowmobile was on the outside. So the idea,
Yeah.
what they're trying to say is
let's
that
go
the killer killed her, then ran out to the main gate and jumped on the snowmobile with the murder weapon and drove out to the thing to dispose of the weapon. Taylor? What's that?
Or, what does the autopsy report say again?
Stab in the back. Body fell
What
10
about
feet.
the weather report? What does that say?
So she was stabbed in a room.
Yeah. What does the weather report say?
Snow with occasional lightning.
7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning from 10 to 11. Lightning struck around 30 minutes passed between the fires. So there would be snow.
Would that not have covered the tracks then? No.
Okay, and so now after all of that messing about, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. It just seemed that we were driving ourselves round and round in circles.
Driving.
Well, we were
related to a
snowmobiling
snow-
ourselves round and round in circles. And anyway, here we are, and we now have we've got a bit more of an idea. So, Sarah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that if they're saying that somebody's gone to Dusky Bridge to dispose of the actual murder weapon, so they'll have took the snowmobile and they'll have gone there. But obviously Sister Bikini then saw that the snowmobile was outside the main gate again, which means they drove that snowmobile back. But there's only one set of tracks on that photo, so there should be two. And I doubt they would have gone over the same tracks.
So let's do this.
Thank God. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks?
Dun, dun.
Well done, Sarah.
What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those heading out from the bridge, and those coming back.
Ah, you're right.
You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
Ah, but you see,
But
no,
it stopped
because
snowing at a
well,
certain
no,
point.
it's not even that. Nick's footprints are on there.
Right.
True.
So if the snowfall would have covered like the other track, they would have also covered Nick's footprints.
Yeah, well, it has to be the tracks from it. No, that means that the snowmobile must have come back before Nick left to go. Well, before he went to go call the police.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it means that if the snowmobile went out, it had to be before Nick went to call the police. If they were going to go by the angle that the snow was still falling. So the snowmobile goes out, the tracks get recovered, Nick goes out to the phone, and then the snowmobile comes back, and those are
It goes over the tracks.
and those are the tracks that haven't been covered. And that also explains, as Sarah pointed out, why there aren't any footprints on top of the tracks.
Yeah.
Right. So snowmobile was gone before Nick went to go.
If that's true. Yeah.
Right.
Huh, I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
You're full of it.
Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks?
It's flawless. I feel that, yeah, there is...
Contradiction.
I want to say that there's the contradiction. Oh, I can say it.
Woo! Safe to
Okay,
say.
let's say contradiction. I'm going to go the angle of Nick's footprints.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory.
Because again, if we were going on the timeline of, they told Nick to go out and report the thing. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I find it really hard to believe that if Nick went out, that if there was a second set of tracks there, that they would have been covered up by the time, like in time. I don't know. I don't know.
However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain?
I guess us falling over our own logic is why we aren't lawyers.
Shh. Why there is a rude index finger pointing in my general direction. No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karmer. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, huh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
So that'll be the weather report.
No, the tracks photo again.
No.
Oh, no.
No. It's the weather report.
Okay, alright.
You've got to prove the time where the snow was falling, I would think.
Right, because if the snow wasn't falling when the snowmobile first went out.
Okay.
We've got to prove that those tracks weren't covered by snow, and the weather report has a time on it when the snow was between what time the snow was falling and when it stopped.
7 to approximately 10:50 p.m.
Okay.
So then, yeah, that's right, because if...
Go on, Taylor, what were you going to say?
No, so the thing is, yeah, I mean, if it didn't start snow, if it stopped snowing at 10:50, you know, there wouldn't have been any tracks to cover.
Mm.
You know, there wouldn't have been any more snowfall to cover the outgoing tracks.
Yeah.
Because she would have had to leave at 11, come back at 11:05 after ditching the murder weapon. So the snow had stopped by that point, so it wouldn't have covered the outgoing tracks.
Yeah. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course, this means that Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct?
Assuming that time follows a linear path and is not a Jeremy Beremy.
Jeremy, Beremy, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Wimey. On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karmer's claim has been snowed in.
No.
Huh?
You deserve that. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then.
It sounds like Miss Van Karmer needs someone to plow her
Oh,
out of the snow.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness. For a minute there, Taylor, I was like, whoa. Wait a minute.
Family friendly, pal. When is the weather
What?
report
She
ever...
has to get plowed out of the snow. That's how you get rid of snow.
Yeah.
When is the weather report ever correct? She's not wrong. She's
no,
not wrong.
No. You've got it all wrong. This isn't the forecast. This is actual data.
Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies.
I mean, it's like magic. I don't really know how it works, so I'm going to say that it's wrong.
It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
Huh? It is true. We cannot totally be sure, huh?
What? How did she pull that off?
It had stopped snowing at Zakura Temple when the murder took place. Oh, you need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
Come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
And so I am going to call forth God. Did you make it snow?
Oh, wait, hold up. No. Elise's body.
Yeah.
If it was still snowing
There would be
after
snow on it.
11,
There'd been snow.
her body would be covered in snow.
Yeah.
Byakashin.
You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, very
It's
well
a good
then,
thing she doesn't know
Miss-
how many times we've had to reset.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Let us do a quick safety save. Oh, what a perfect timing. Where is the evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point.
1 point.
That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right. But proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything.
But what photo?
Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene.
Yes, this blank picture here. Oh,
As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception. And that is...
are you serious?
But what is? Dang it!
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness!
Some comedy
Just
timing.
the victim? The victim is just the thing. What uproar will this cause? What?
Well, now that Pete has murdered the cliffhanger, much like Elise Deauxnim has been murdered,
I think you got the point.
unfortunately, dear viewers, we are out of time
Aw.
for today. But if you did, for some reason, like watching us fumble around for
Far too
longer
long.
than we should have on a particular piece of evidence, why don't you go ahead, give us a little like, little thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell if you'd like to see when we put out more videos. And do a little happy dance if you're feeling dumb like we are.
Yeah.
And
Or tell us
feel free to
how dumb we
I was
were.
gonna say, feel free to drop a comment down there telling us how much more quickly you would have solved the problem.
Yes.
Actually, I would have figured it out right away. But until next time, everyone.
We're sorry.
Bye. Oh. We screwed it.
Well, like a lot of things, this whole episode's kind of been a bit of a cluster.
Oh dear.
We're sorry.
Bye everyone.
Take care, everyone.